Hello, and welcome to another episode of O Faces. We're back on the Dirty Girls Corner with
Carrie
and Megan
and me.
Yeah,
Mrs. Mocha, aka Poison Ginger. I didn't realize that there were a few people out there that actually didn't know that.
Oh, they didn't know you were the same person.
Ooh.
No.
They thought I was talking about two different favorite sluts.
Yeah. Yep.
There's no difference. Mrs. Mocha and Poison Ginger are one and the same.
We haven't done this in a while.
Damn it, woman.
It's on the video.
We haven't done this in a while, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I just fucked up, but it's fine.
We're getting
here.
our bearings.
We are. That's why I can't do this by myself usually. So.
We got you. That's why you have us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, ladies, it's been a while.
I know.
This is our start of season 6.
Oh, we have seasons?
I didn't know.
Okay.
Yes, we do. We just ended season 5, and now we're on to season 6.
Okay. When did the season start? Is that like at the beginning of the year kind of thing?
Mr. Mocha and I decided that the first video podcast we did was with him, and that was the start of season 6. And
okay.
then we're episode 2.
Awesome.
Because we're going to, we're so we don't really know what to look today, where to look today, because we're looking at the camera, and
we're looking
we have
at
to
each
look
other.
Yeah, we don't
I
know
think if
what's
we're talking to
happening.
each other, it's fine.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
But we are hoping that it works out, because Spotify has actually opened up to where we can upload videos. So we're going to see.
Okay.
No promises yet, but we're
It's
hoping.
a new thing. Gotta practice
we're
a little.
We're hoping. So, and don't be disappointed in the videos.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We'll try and,
Yeah.
do a little here and there for you. We go.
Yeah.
There's no nudity
I'll do
in
a
these
little-
videos. We're not
Can
supposed
we
to
shake
do
our
that.
butts, though?
So from what I read,
No twerking.
the only way that we can have nudity is if we do like a subscription base, and you can
gotcha.
only post those videos on your like subscription part. Like those would be like premium. So like if people are just subscribed to our page, our stuff for free, that's fine. But we can't have any nudity on
Gotcha.
there. So it has to
Gotcha.
be, they have to pay basically to see it or whatever.
Gotta
I
pay
don't-
to see me twerk.
Yeah. Well, you know.
You can twerk. You just can't have a naked ass.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I didn't know if I could, like, shake it a little.
You can look
Test
at
it out.
on the internet and see twerking. Like that's not. I wouldn't
can-
think that
you
would
can
be.
see a lot of
Yeah,
things on the
exactly. I
internet.
think it's just more like. I think it was more like you could have like a titty out, but you can't. It can't be like sexual acts on the video.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Was the way that I read it. I could be wrong. We might get violated. Who knows?
Let's not test it out tonight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we'll start pushing some boundaries later on, I'm sure.
Yeah. Once we figure it all out. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we never do that. We never push any
Oh my
boundaries.
God. You guys do. I'm just chilling. Just chill.
You're along for the ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're driving the
That's
bus.
you.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Exactly. I just try to keep us focused now that we're all kind of sober on our episode. So we're going to start with Carrie, because Carrie had some sexcapades.
Yeah, we covered that in the last podcast.
Did we?
Mm-hmm. We talked about my
I thought
Vegas.
you've been to Vegas since then.
No, I wish. No.
Oh, you went to Florida.
I went to Florida.
Yeah, she went to
That's
Florida.
what I was thinking.
I did
Florida.
not. I did not have any sexcapades in Florida.
Aw,
Damn.
We were there for a business conference, and it's so structured, and they take up like pretty much all of your day, but then also a large portion of your evening. It was just for us to try and squeeze something in, and it was in a smaller community in Florida, and we were staying at the same hotel with everyone else from
Yeah.
this conference, and
So, like,
yeah.
there could be some accidental.
Yeah.
Ooh, who was
Probably
that
not a,
gentleman?
yeah, probably not a good
Coming
idea.
out of your room.
Right.
you guys know how vocal I am.
yeah.
I don't need to, the people that are staying down the hallway.
To know what you sound
You
like.
could just say you're having sex with your husband.
They're like, damn, Steve must be
Steve
really
was-
well hung.
we literally
was
are
handled.
on vacation and we never have time away from our kids,
Yeah.
so we're fucking each other to death.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
that's fine.
Yeah, except you'd probably be like, I love this big black.
Yeah, you know I would be.
I
so.
love seeing this black cock. In my
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is so big.
I just want to talk to it.
I mean, you could always try
my
like.
microphone.
Oh my God,
Just-
that's what
yeah.
Megan was doing earlier.
Make love to the.
I know.
Yeah,
Our
no,
microphones
so-
are good. Good
Yeah.
little spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the perfect size right there.
I know.
Yeah, so no sexcapades in Florida, unfortunately. But we did have a great time. You guys know I love Florida, and anytime I can get to where I just smell salt air and can hear ocean waves in the distance, I'm happy. So it was a good trip, a productive trip. But yeah, now I have nothing to look forward to other than Splash at the end of the month.
I know, I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
It's actually like the first like lifestyle thing I've done in a really long time. Like other than content. I mean that's technically like lifestyle,
No,
but it's
yeah.
on camera, so and it's
Just
not
for
bad.
fun.
Yeah,
Your-
but just no
your first
cameras,
just
like
for
no
fun.
Yeah.
anything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just been a minute. I'm ready
Yeah.
to get some dicks. So ready. Like oh my God.
I want to know if there are going to be any newbies, any freshmen at this Splash in Atlanta, because
Freshman.
Are we
Yeah.
doing a gangbang?
no, I'm just curious to know if there are people that they've never been to a Splash before and this is the first one they're going to attend, because I want us to be a really wonderful, warm, welcoming wagon for the city of
Yes.
Atlanta. So, you know, if there are people, if you've been to a Splash before, then you know what to expect. They're phenomenal. We talk about them all the time. They're fucking amazing. Like, if you've never been to one, go. If you're curious, go. If you're not even curious and you just want to see some sexy, go.
Yep.
Like, Splash is real. But if you've never been to one and this is your first one, I feel like we're kind of representing the city of Atlanta. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
We will guide
we
you.
want to,
We have said that before too with Atlanta, that Atlanta's more of a, so Fort Lauderdale would be more of a marathon, and Atlanta's more, I almost want to say intimate, but it's only because there's not a pool party attached to it, so you're all like kind of forced to talk to each other and
Yeah.
fuck
mingle.
more.
and
Yeah.
You mingle easier.
Yeah, I don't want to say forced because no one's forced to do anything there, but you know, you're all kind of you're all in an area, and all you have to do all day is eat and fucking talk.
Yeah.
Like there's no pool or hot tub
Well,
or
we
anything.
ate a little bit, and then we talked a little bit. You ready to go fuck a little bit? Yep. And then repeat the cycle.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm just curious if there are people listening that, you know, they've never been to one. Atlanta's going to be their first opportunity to kind of check it out. So, you know,
Hey, come find us.
come find us.
My first one was with Carrie Corrupted.
Yes, that was mine
And we had
too.
a gangbang on,
Girl,
on
that's
Friday.
when that's when we became best friends.
It is. I was with the fucking. So Carrie only wanted to fuck like one or two of the guys after we said the gangbang. Okay, no offense to Carrie, because she likes what she likes, and I like that about her, because she's
Yeah.
like, if she can't do it, she'll be like, oh no, I need to give this dick some more attention, so I'll come back to you. So Mr.
back to
Mocha
you.
brings like 5 guys in the room. It was like 4 or 5, and I'm like multitasking,
No,
and I
that's
look
so
over.
not my jam.
I look over at Carrie, and she's got this one guy, but I mean, like, she's into his dick, like, and then she looks at me and she was like, "You're doing a good job."
Like, you got all the rest of them?
You got this, girl. Okay, thank you, Carrie.
Yeah, like I am.
But it was fun.
I really can't multitask, and I want to be able to. I just need, you know, obviously I need to practice. And when it's very unexpected and in the moment, I feel like I'm really great. Like when the 2 brothers kind of showed up, I had like an hour notice before, and so that was awesome.
Yeah.
But if I start thinking about it, and you know, if the rhythm isn't right, you got to get into a rhythm. So yeah, I'm definitely not a multitasker. So
You just get really into it.
I
so
really
you just
do.
really want to pay good
I really do.
attention to
Yeah,
the
especially
one.
if you get a great cock and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
both feeling it, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
But that was fun. That was our first
It was
Splash, and
fun.
we've done them ever since in Atlanta, and you've been all over now. You're You're a
World.
fixture.
You're a traveler.
Yeah.
A Splash Mocha traveler.
Gotta go where the dicks are.
There you go. There you go. So, yeah, so I'm looking forward to Splash. I know you guys are as well.
Me too. Megan, have you had any wildness happen before we really get started?
I feel like the party was the last thing.
Yeah, the party was pretty.
I don't think we
It
talked
was
about
good
that.
this time. No,
yeah.
we haven't.
No, I had a good time.
Yeah, it was a little. I can't say smaller because it wasn't small. It just was smaller than the
felt-
one before. So it
Yeah.
was more.
It was more intimate, I feel like.
Yeah. And
Like, everyone was kind of here and hanging out here.
Mhm.
It felt more like the first one, I feel like.
Yeah.
More, almost like a lifestyle party.
yeah, for you guys that
Where we
don't
were all
know what
hanging
we're
out.
talking about, we're talking about the Atlanta Ladies' Choice parties that we
Yeah.
do for content. But yeah, it was good. Like,
Well, and we didn't get too drunk or anything. We did good.
yeah.
We had a good balance.
Mhm. I
Um,
mean, there were drunk people here, but it was
Yes.
more so like, it was good because we started at like a time like at 2 or 3 or something like that. And then we kind of kicked everybody out at like midnight.
Yeah,
and
we, like,
then,
winded down
Yeah,
earlier.
and then everybody was just still, the people that were left were just still here drinking, like doing whatever. And, you know,
More
it was
chill.
good. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
yeah, it was a good time.
Mr. Magic says the party was amazing. Thank you. And Sir Ray Dawn says that he loves Carrie Corrupted.
Oh, thank you.
She's pretty fucking awesome.
We love her too.
Yeah,
appreciate
we do.
that.
We do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. We had a few new faces too, so that was fun.
Yeah, it was a really good time.
Yeah,
I got lots of good dick that weekend.
you did, and I actually did too. It's a fucking miracle. Mrs. Mocha stayed sober the whole
Oh
weekend.
my God, it's amazing what you can concentrate on when you're not
Dude, so
doing
true.
shots every 20 minutes.
Yeah, 20 seconds. You know, I get to that stage where I'm like, oh, it's been 30
wants a
minutes.
shot?
It's been
Who
3.
wants a shot?
Yeah, exactly. Hiding the bottle of Tito's. So that's okay. I think the people that were here, some of the people that were here made up for my lost time
yeah.
of the shots.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Carrie, you want to get us started?
Yeah, so
Your idea?
we haven't seen each other in a while, and when we planned this via text a few days ago, we were like, what are we going to talk about? Because that's what we always ask each other, what are we going to talk about?
What's happening today?
Yeah, so I just casually mentioned, I only know this because of my job, but March is Women's History Month. So the theme, they have a theme every year. I did not know that, but apparently the theme of this year's Women's History Month is celebrating women who tell our stories. But I thought we could celebrate the sluts who tell our stories. So maybe that's our little
Yes.
contribution to Women's History Month. Like, what story are we telling with our slutty ways?
Yes, and who are we influencing or possibly
Yeah.
gonna look back and be like, okay, like how that slowly evolved to women being able to be more free and open and honest with
for
themselves
sure.
too.
For sure. I mean, I think, number one shout out obviously is to Scarlett and Anya and just the whole Slut Sister movement. And like, that is so powerful. And I love seeing it on Twitter whenever I'm on there kind of scrolling through feeds. Like, it's just good for them, good on them. Like,
Yeah.
that's just a beautiful thing. Women celebrating other women being sluts. Like, I
Yes.
love that.
I feel like there's a lot of women where I haven't really met in person, just through Twitter, but just the interaction through Twitter, almost
Yeah.
like you get an idea of how that woman is. Like, they, try and like your stuff. They'll like say funny, like, it's almost like that sisterhood, even though you've never met them, you're like cheering them on and supporting them. And like, you're glad that they are free and open and doing what they want to do. And they're the same for you. So it's like, it's like our
Yeah.
little squad.
And you can see like their progression on Twitter. You like see people start out
when they first
at,
start, yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm
Just trying
I'm
this,
just trying this
watching
and
right
that.
now.
Yeah, and then you see them like 5 months later doing, an orgy or a
Well, and I feel like
Ten
so
guy
often their whole, like, you can see their confidence grow too.
Yeah.
Almost
Yeah.
like they're more, maybe they'll talk a little more dirty, or they're more into it
Yep.
and more in that moment. Like, you
Right.
will see them evolve a little bit.
Like you see people with their eyes open instead of closed.
Yeah.
I did that for a very long time until I realized I was doing it. And I was like, damn, if I open my eyes, I can actually see all the dicks. I'm just looking around my hand.
You're just waiting for something to hit you in the face and
Right.
grab it.
Right.
Have your
yeah.
mouth open. One
Yeah.
client go
Just
in
bring
there.
it over here. It'll be fine.
Like, just put it by me. I got it.
Yeah.
I'll feel for it.
Yeah, I got this. I won't hurt it, I swear. But yeah, the progression for everybody is good. There's a lot of, like she said, there's a lot of people on Twitter that I've never met before ever, but I'm like, yeah, bitch, get that dick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm done. We just got distracted. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, there was a cute boy here.
Yeah, somebody just walked down the stairs and we all paused.
Like, who's coming?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just kind of, what story are we telling? What story are you telling, Megan, by being a slut?
Oh man, putting me on the spot.
You're a super open slut.
Yes, I am.
You don't have like one kink or one fetish. You're pretty open to.
Yeah, I think I am. I've always tried to be very, I don't know if I like something until I try it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I'm just like very sexually fluid. Like, I like a little bit of everything, and it depends on the person and the vibe and the energy. Like, I don't have, oh yeah, I only do this, or it really is moment to moment for me. Like, but that is the only time where I live my life like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all day I'm like so calculated and making sure everything happens, but I think that's the only time I can turn that part of my brain off, where I'm just like, listen to my body. I listen to like it's just like more raw. Like, I don't overthink everything. I just do what feels good to me.
Yeah.
That's literally why I need lifestyle.
Yeah. It's like I'm not in a box. I have no constraint. Like, I just can be free.
Right.
And I don't know, there's so much, like, that just builds like your confidence, and I just am like, I don't really care what anybody thinks about me, because I feel good.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, when you don't care what anybody else thinks, and you're secure in who you are, it's a different way of living. I think.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
That's really how I feel about being like an out and proud slut. Like, I want people to be honest with themselves about how important is sex to you. Like, be honest, because I think there are so many people out there, not even lifestyle people, but vanilla people vanilla women who, for whatever reason, society, family, ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends, people telling you there's some shame around sex.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's cuckoo. And just finally accepting how important, what value you place on it.
Yeah.
And then working hard to figure out what it is you want and what it is you need.
Yeah. And letting everyone decide that for themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So it's just, I know for me, sex is important. Big dick is important.
Nah, I don't really like it that much. It's okay.
Like, it's, Steve and I will always joke that when I've had like a really good play date, like, he can tell that it's like soothed my soul. Like,
Oh yeah.
there's a change in my energy for a few days. Like, I have, we joke that I exorcise some demons on some cocks. Like, I really do. Like, it changes something in my biology for sure. So, I think a lot of women don't realize, y'all bitches, because you're not getting fucked enough.
Yeah, facts. I think everyone that's had like a moment at my work, I'm like, that bitch is not getting any dick. And do you know how many times I've actually been right?
Oh,
because
yeah.
one of the girls at work that is like very like prudish opened up to me the other day, and she was like, I gotta tell somebody because I can't tell like anybody around, you know, she doesn't have any friends really. Like she talks to me because we work like next to each other basically. And she messaged me on Snapchat, and I was so surprised, and she said, girl, guess what I just did? And I was like, what? She was like, I just finally wrote a dick. And I was like, dang, how long has it been? She said, finally. Okay, it had been like a year for her.
Oh my gosh, I'd be a psycho.
So, and she is a psycho at work, but that week, she was a fucking different person.
See?
And I literally messaged her, I was like, bitch, you need some every week. She was like, oh, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
This is the funny part, though. She said, like, she literally went from 0 to 100 when I said you should definitely get some dick more often. She said, oh, the best part is that he doesn't really have a house. Okay, whatever. I don't know. I don't care. He has a piece of land that he's building stuff on, so they basically go there and just fuck in the field.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he, like, takes some blankets because she's got, like, some shit happening in her life. He has some shit happening. Anyways, so that she's just been fucking him in a field. For the past,
Could have
month.
a bunch of mosquito bites.
Or whatever.
Steve and I have done that.
Yeah.
Fucked in a field. Yeah,
I would totally do
thing.
it. I just need it to be a little warm.
Does anyone have a
I don't wanna be
field that we
cold.
can borrow to take some videos, guys? We need a farm. But, yeah. So,
Yeah, I mean, it can, just having those needs met, I think really transforms people. And, there's slut shaming that happens, of course, and so much of it comes from other women within just like, communities or society just telling you shouldn't be acting or feeling that way. And I hate that shit. I feel like I got slut shamed as like a teenager.
Oh, for sure I did. Before I even had done anything.
And then by the time I know that we all have similar stories where when we got to our early 20s, it was like, you're worried about that number and, how many people are you going to sleep with? And you really try to rein it in. And, that's when you really need to be empowering yourself sexually. I feel like that's when you need to really be figuring it out. Don't be like me and figure it out when you're 40.
Yeah.
So for sure, be honest with yourself about, being a slut. It's okay to be a slut. We love sluts.
I wonder how the younger generation is.
they don't care. I have some children that are of that generation, and I can assure you they could give,
No, I mean, are they more empowered? Like those women?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like there's a lot younger women.
Well, I'm sure it depends too on how they were raised.
Earlier.
Yeah, but I know that when we have a son and a daughter, and when we raised them, we were very open about sex because no one talked to me about sex when I was a kid. No conversations about sex.
Yeah.
And believe me, I was interested. Way younger than I should have been, probably.
Same, yeah.
Yeah.
I was asking questions at like 6, okay? So
I didn't ask, I just wondered.
So, I mean, but no one, they thought it was cute. It was funny that I was asking. No, legit, I want some answers. So, we were very open with our children. But I'm sure that there were, that kind of Gen X generation. There are a lot of, people that still were kind of keeping that shit tamped down. So I don't know. But I think because of the internet and you see what so many other women are doing, I think it probably has reached this generation much younger.
Yeah.
But I don't want them to just all think they need to be sluts. I want you to be who you genuinely want to be.
Listen to yourself and what you want to do.
And find value in yourself first, but definitely don't allow yourself to be shamed about it.
Right. Yeah.
But I think that shame though comes from what I've seen with several of my friends that have been outed or whatever, even myself included, that it comes from insecurities of not being able to be that open. Some, if it's your friend or your cousin or your parents or whatever that you got whoever you got outed to, I feel like they were my parents were raised in a different generation, so that none of that stuff was just even talked about. That's just not what you did, and this is how you were supposed to be. But what's the difference in my dad going out and cheating on my mom 15 times, and us having sex openly with and knowing about it? Like, what, you're being deceitful. I'm not. My husband knows what I'm doing, and enjoys that I'm doing it. But for you feel like you need to sneak around, and then you label women or whoever a slut or a whore or whatever. But we take that with a grain of salt at this point, because I know that's what I like.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I am.
Bitch.
What?
Yes, bitch. But yeah, I mean, I just really think that comes, I can't say for everyone, but I feel like it stems from insecurity and jealousy, the word that vanilla people would use for somebody else that's doing something they don't agree with. And then again, I think it goes back to when people don't understand things, they lash out however they can to make it sound bad. But that, instead of like lashing out and making it sound bad, just fucking do some research.
Right.
Like, you don't even know what that's about. But the sad part is, if you did research on any of the things we do, it's fucking reality TV, which is like not even really what it is,
Yeah.
But sorry, I got kind of sidetracked.
Oh, you're good.
Well, there are definitely people whose opinion you're never going to sway, but the shaming thing is just, I understand that there are certain things that you're never going to do. That you don't even understand how someone could be into that little whatever.
Well, and that's the thing. That person, if that's how they wanted to feel, like, you're saying some girls might not want to be a slut. Okay. You don't have to. Like, they might not ever want to try that. Maybe that just doesn't even intrigue them, interest them,
And that's okay, but don't put your
fine.
judgment on someone else because you don't like that.
Yeah, you do it how you want to do it. And I feel like, lots of people, they have a certain way they think that's how they feel, and they think that's how everyone else should feel too.
Like, I don't
because
care.
they can't fathom, like, so if there's a woman who's just not very sexual, she just doesn't really feel sexy in her own body, she doesn't really care if she feels sexy in her own body, she doesn't not ever get turned on or whatever, she's gonna
Who is this woman?
For a long time, everyone I talked to was like that, and I was like, what is wrong with me that I'm such a... But it's like, she's not going to be able to even fathom
The idea
that
of-
we want to have sex as much as we want to have sex. That's going to seem like a chore to her.
Right.
And she's going to think, like, there is no way they really want to be like that.
That makes me feel like those are women that literally have never just touched their clit.
We had someone
there are some people
just
who...
touch your clit.
Yeah.
Just touch it.
Yeah.
Just
we
touch
had
it.
someone, though, tell us, like, based off what you said, Megan, we had someone actually tell us in the beginning of Lifestyle, like, well, there's no way you guys just love each other that much and you can just fuck everybody. But they were in Lifestyle. And I was like, we are dynamics different. And they were poly, which is fine. So they liked the flirting and the chemistry and da-da-da. And at that time, we honestly didn't have time for that.
Right.
Yeah.
We had kids everywhere, and when we went out, we wanted to know that we were going to fuck. And then come back home to each other. But they said
sport fuckers.
Yeah.
Let's get it done.
Scarlett called it the other day sexual endurance athlete. It's dead as fuck.
That's awesome.
So, anyways, but yeah, like I agree that
the different...
that everybody can say that when they can't relate to what you do, they want to knock whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you just like BBC.
That way.
That is not going to stray me from being friends with you. Like, I don't care if you just are into girls tomorrow.
Yeah.
We know that's not going to happen. But if you just like girls tomorrow, I'm not going to be mad at you or be like, damn, like, how did she do such a switch?
Well, to me, it's like the same thing as, like, do you want to drink, not drink? I'm still going to be your friend. I'm still going to go out to dinner with you. Where do you work? It doesn't change. Like, who freaking cares?
Yeah.
I get excited when you guys tell me about all the nasty stuff that I may or may not do. I'm like, good for you. That's fucking amazing. I might not do that.
I know. Like, ooh, did you like that? How was that for you?
Good for you.
Yeah.
Tell me all about it. Like,
Yeah.
I want you guys to, explore and go out there and do your fucking best, man. Yeah.
Yep. And
We had I had a little girl. It was like 4 lifestyle girls, and we all slept over at my friend's house, and she like cooked for us, and we all got high. It was fantastic.
Oh
It was
my
like
God.
a sleepover, adult sleepover.
I love it.
But then we started talking about like fantasies and things like that, and there was a couple times where one of us would say one of ours, and then the other girls would be like, "Oh, hell yeah, that's hot. I wanted that. Now that's one of mine. I'm adapting that one to mine too."
Yeah.
So it's like there's some of those things where you're scared to share because you think, "Oh, this might be weird." But the more you share and the more you talk about it and the more you normalize it, and it's like everyone's like, "Oh, yeah, I kind of like that too, actually." But I thought that no one, they couldn't
can't
talk about it, or
Right.
that might be weird, or
Yep.
it's like, no, you do you. Like, I don't know. To me, so much of it is over. It's just so overdone.
yeah. Yep.
It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, like, no matter what you do. I mean, like, if you want to fuck, you know,
All adults consent.
Yeah.
Everything is like responsible.
yeah, whatever the fuck you want to do is that's your lifestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, like, not all of our lifestyle is going to be the same, you know?
Yeah.
Carrie
Yeah.
likes her intimate chemistry with guys, but still is a dirty whore.
Yeah.
I like group stuff and seldom solos.
Yeah. I think one of the stories I would want to tell would be something like that you can be a wife, a mom, a career woman, and still be a slut, and that not affect any of those other categories.
Yeah. That is.
Yep.
That you
That's
can have your
for sure.
own individual sexual needs and sexual, confidence on your own as a woman without.
And we're back.
Sorry.
I think everyone can hear us now.
I think a fuse blew.
Yeah, we had the power just flickered on and off.
We were too slutty.
Facts.
Too electric.
The universe was telling us something. Yeah, that was a little creepy.
Yeah, it just went dark all of a sudden.
Yeah. But we were fine. It was weird because the red light stayed on.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
But
Maybe
they did flicker, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Sorry.
that
Okay,
was
yeah, we're
strange.
back. All right.
All right. Yeah, sorry, guys.
What
what
were
were
we
we-
even talking
Oh,
about?
we were talking about like new couples that
Yeah.
go into
Oh.
like Trapeze or Mocha or wherever. Sometimes they don't even come in to fuck other people, but they are charged by sexually charged by the environment of just being there. They may just fuck on the bed next to somebody while watching.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or they just want curiosity, just want to see.
right.
They
Yeah.
might not want to do anything.
Right.
Or they might not even know their rules. or
Lifestyle
what
is
they
like seeing porn in real life.
It is.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's fun.
And like your friends.
You can jump in or you can just watch. And
Well, and it's like, it's your friends. So it's like I don't know. I just like being able to give my friends hugs and hold their hands and give them orgasms and share my husband with them. Like,
you're the best slut ever.
I just feel like,
You're the best
what better
slut
friendship
ever.
is that?
No,
I love
I agree
it.
with that
I don't
because
know.
I enjoyed everybody at the party, but I enjoyed like us doing stuff
Yeah.
like together.
Well, and like, Mr. Mocha will come over and like give me a hug and he's like grips my butt and he's like, "Oh, you look good in those pants." Like, I love that he can do that right with you, and Tommy would be like, flirting with
Yeah.
you. Like, I just like that everyone is so lovey and like I don't know. It's just
We can
more
all be sensual
real.
and it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
I
I don't
agree.
have to worry about. I can compliment people and be. I don't know. It's just more fun to me.
And not worry
I don't
about
know.
them being mad as fuck because you were like staring at their husband like steak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
When really it's like, I'm just trying to hype you up. Like, you're hot too. Like, I'd be telling them all they're hot.
Yep.
Isn't it strange that jealousy still exists in lifestyle?
Yes, that.
That just goes to show how, like, that is such a basic emotion that even in this community of people, it still rears its ugly head, right? Like,
I
it's,
know. And I do forget that sometimes because we are very lucky. Like, me and Tommy don't really ever have to deal with that anymore. But sometimes I'll tell my friends something and they'll be like, not everyone has the same kind of like freedom. Like you guys are pretty let each other do what you want to do.
I think the underlying jealousy though is not always just like, because I've experienced it, but
I definitely have. Yeah.
I think it was for me personally. Mine was like, oh well, he's not. In the end, it ended up being a disconnect with us, and that was where like the jealousy came in, because I realized like, damn, all we've done is lifestyle stuff, content stuff, this, that, and the other, and we haven't like reconnected with each other. So really, I wasn't like jealous that he was fucking the shit out of that chick, and that he was doing all these different positions that he doesn't do with me. I'm just being an asshole now. I'm just kidding. That was sarcasm.
Sorry, just throw that in there.
Yeah, but no, I would think in my mind like I'm like, why am I mad about that? He does that all the time, and that's new pussy, and like, why am I mad today? So I really had to sit back and think to myself like, okay, I'm really feeling disconnected from him. It wasn't that I cared that he fucked someone or did this or did that. It was just more so like I needed more of him, and I didn't say it because we don't stop sometimes to think about like, this is what we need. Yeah. Because we're so caught up in everything else.
I think we all have had to do that though. It's like you kind of, life gets crazy, you get busy, and then you kind of have to bring it back a notch. Like, okay, let's have a minute. Let's kind of reassure. Let's kind of take some time to ourselves. Like you said, reconnect. Yeah. Like, what are you needing? What are you feeling? Okay. But like, a lot of times I feel like normal couples don't always do that kind of stuff because like they don't have those reconnecting talks like that.
I actually had a therapist tell me, and my ex-husband, that married people stop dating each other. Once you're like married, you kind of go to and that's not for everyone, but we definitely did. Like, we stopped getting to know each other after that. We didn't do date nights. We had kids all the time, and his date night was like taking us and like all the kids to the mall on Sunday or something. You know, it was never just like us, so there was never a reconnect. So maybe if some advice is that if you're feeling jealous or insecure about something, maybe like sit down and think about it before you freak out. Because it could be something else underlying other than you just being upset. Have nothing to do with him personally.
It could be your own insecurity.
Take the trash to the curb on Thursday, and then he didn't help you with the kids, but now he's
can't roll in the trash can, but you can fuck her.
Right, exactly. You napped all week after work, but when we're going to do something to fuck, you're up. You know, like, it could be anything like that. Yeah, I mean, like. We all know.
Oh, yeah. We're looking at each other like, yeah, we've had that talk.
Yeah.
You were tired yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. So just look at the underlying problem first. Yeah. Evaluate, and then you go from there. It could be something else. But jealousy is a big thing. And, I mean, I think that also stems from, like, because that woman that he's fucking may be sluttier, quotations, I'm holding up quotation fingers, than her, because she has limits and boundaries, but this is lifestyle, and if he was cheating on you outside of your marriage, he's not going to tell you what he's doing with that chick, and he's probably going to go wild, so it's better for you just to let him go wild, because that may be something that you don't do, or you don't have a desire to do, but you shouldn't hold back his desires because they're not yours. Just discuss it, try to work it through. That's what I would suggest. How do you feel about that? Carrie, Megan, anybody?
Communication, honest communication. Yep. Yeah, so you talking about like married couples or couples dating, you know this. I probably shouldn't say this, but
we always say that and then say it.
Well, just because he's kind of controversial, but like I love Jordan Peterson, and I'm sure people are like, who the fuck is Jordan Peterson? But anyway, he's a dude. He's a clinical psychologist dude, and so I recently read one of his books, and he was talking about keeping romance alive in a relationship and how incredibly challenging it is. And so many people fail at it, and that's when they start looking outside of their marriage. But it's because people are afraid to have the conversation that the three of us have had with our spouse, where we say,
this is what I need, or I'm kind
I
of
need
wanting
something
this.
more than this.
Yeah.
I feel like I
wanna
want
try
something more
or
than
I
this.
wanna, yeah.
And that's incredibly
It's a
hard.
scary
Oh my God,
conversation.
it's hard, and it's almost kind of like
You're
a
tiptoeing.
seesaw back and forth of like, I'm gonna give a little bit and I'm gonna mention a
See
little
what they
bit.
say, and
yeah,
then you gotta put a little more. And then,
it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard, but oh my God, it's like living in the Matrix once you finally like get to that point where you can have those conversations and you realize there's a whole community of people out here doing the same thing.
Yep.
It's like, oh my God, your eyes have been opened. And we've all said this before. The communication in our marriages has 1,000% improved because of being in lifestyle and made our marriages better, I think.
oh, definitely.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't trade it for anything. Like, I love the experiences we've had, and I've loved what we've learned, and I've loved meeting people that are real and
Yep.
genuine, and women you can be sluts with,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And they're like, yeah, get that dick.
I was 40 years old, and I didn't have like real female.
Girlfriends.
No, because I couldn't be honest with them.
Yeah.
I couldn't be like, yeah,
That's just so exhausting.
Oh
it's
my God!
very exhausting.
I felt like I was
you have to
constantly
hold
playing
so much
a
back.
version of myself. They were seeing me, but they weren't seeing all of me because I was told that I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So lifestyle
that's-
women are just different.
Yeah.
That's like I was saying, all the times when I was younger and I was like, I would talk about sex or what I wanted or da-da-da, I would be kind of open, and then all my friends would be like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you actually want to do that? Or I would
Right.
never do that. Or I
Right.
would, like, they'd almost be embarrassed or something, and I'm like,
But they always came to me whenever they wanted to
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about sex.
oh, for
Oh, let's
sure.
go talk to her.
I've even had
She's
them.
the slut.
I had one of them call me one time to ask me if I could tell him if I'd tell him some story of some slutty good experience I'd had recently because they needed to get turned on for their husband.
Oh my God.
She's like, Megan, just tell me something really hot real quick.
oh my God.
And I'm like, wow.
Subscribe to my page.
I'm like,
OnlyFans.
wow, baby, let me tell you something.
Essence Sultry.
I was like, last time.
That
And she's
is
like,
crazy.
yeah. I was like, how was that? Was that good? And she's like, oh yeah, I'm good. Thanks, babe. I'm like, yeah, your husband, he can tip me. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. So, I mean, communication, it's huge. It's huge. But it'll change your relationship. It may not work out. Hey, we're not here to say
but that's the
it's
thing.
for everyone because it's not.
Yeah, but that's the thing is there's no guarantees in any relationship. Like you could, aren't you scared you guys are gonna, meet someone else and get divorced? And it's like you could be monogamous and still get divorced, people. There's a lot of people that are monogamous
Right.
that either cheat or get divorced because they just change over time. Like there's no guarantee.
Right.
You have to grow together if you're in
Yeah,
a
but like
couple.
if you're being open and you're honest and you're talking about things as they're changing, you're not all of a sudden looking up and it's a totally different person than you married.
Right. And
You
you
know?
have I think we're just extremely lucky, but we have a great support system.
Oh yeah.
And if we do have issues with spouses or other people in lifestyle, what have you, family, whatever, I feel like we can come to one another and we know
Yeah.
we're going to be straight with one another, but we're also there
Here.
to support each other and to understand. And,
Exactly.
I mean, there's nothing more powerful than that. So that's always awesome.
And it's
Yeah.
really sad that it took, I can't say that it took pandemic to get me there, but I didn't share a lot of stories because I realized I was always like wild as fuck whenever we were out, but I knew that I always had boundaries.
Even in lifestyle, you still felt like you were kind of reserved.
Yeah, and I was pretty fucking wild. Once we started hanging out with you, and then, listen, you better give this bitch credit because she said, have you heard from Megan in a long time? And I said, no. And she said, we should really have her on the podcast because she's so wild.
I called her a couple times. I was like, okay, because I didn't know hardly anyone who was seeing single males. Like none of my friends played
I was very
solo.
honest with you from the get-go that
Yeah.
I was kind of like
So
single
I was
males
like-
were my jam.
Yeah,
And so
so-
the fact that you would reach out to me every now and then, I was like, oh, she's cool. She's cool. She
I'm like,
gets
okay,
me. She gets
I don't have
me.
anyone else I can ask in the lifestyle this, so I'm like,
And then you and Steve bonded, and it was like Steve was like, you know, Steve already had a man crush on Tommy, but
Well, and then we had met you guys, you know, like years ago at
Yeah.
the hotel party, and then that was kind of like we didn't
Yeah,
really
we just
communicate after that. Yeah.
yeah, we texted about kids a little bit
Mm-hmm.
back and forth, but then I was also like, is she just being nice to me because she wants to bang my husband, or does she actually want to be my friend? Because I didn't know
I get
you that good.
Yeah, I get that. It's fine. I think a lot of people thought that. She's
Yeah.
only trying to get to
well,
me.
there
get to
are
my
those
husband.
people. There
Yeah,
are those
I'm
people.
like, you don't have to be nice to me. If you want to bang
Yeah.
him, you can just
Right.
bang him.
Right.
But if you want
Here's
to
his
hang out
number.
with me, that's fine too.
Yeah, but it definitely took like me talking to Carrie first, and then you coming on the podcast, and then Mocha. Like there was a combination of things that like pushed us further.
Well,
because
and then it's like you did that the first house party.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that just solidified my place in the group. I was like, you guys were like, yeah, that bitch just fucked like all
everyone
these
at the
dudes
party.
here.
Yeah. That was what everybody was here for. But see, like that was like the sad part too, is that there's so many. There was actually some other women that came to those parties, and her husband called Mr. Mocha the next day and was like, yeah, like she really only fucked like 2 or 3 guys because she was scared of what all the other girls at the party would think. Which is terrible. Like, what environment have you been in where someone gives you a limit of how many dicks you
celebrate
can
it.
fuck?
Oh my
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, so the next party,
Like that many?
the next party, you know, she freaking fucked all the guys that she wanted to fuck. Yeah, but it just was, it's eye-opening when we've said it a million times, when you find your tribe of people, because everyone has what they like, and I found the people that like the same things that I like, and I will hang out with everyone and be around everyone, but I won't have a filter anymore. I felt like I was tiptoeing around some subjects and like different things when we're at hotel parties, like couples takeovers. And again, like some of the couples that go to those parties, that's what they need. They need the socialization for like 3 or 4 hours. That just wasn't specifically our dynamic. So I'm glad I found you ladies.
Yeah.
Same.
That's the story
glad.
we're telling.
Yeah.
Real sluts do exist,
Yeah.
and they're awesome, and
Yeah.
they're not going to be catty bitches.
No,
Right.
no.
They're awesome.
We might be petty
I
sometimes.
love my slutty friends.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But yeah, I mean, it was a great little episode, ladies.
Yeah. Great.
Little episode.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Carrie.
Oh,
Carrie
Yes.
Corrupted.
Thank you for a woman's.
yeah. Women's
Yeah.
History Month. Yeah, so go out there and
We need to think about
tell your
any-
slut story.
Yeah, but then also think about if there was a specific person in your life that like helped embrace your slut, maybe like, or some history thing, or did you have a aunt or a somebody that like was the family hussy that started it all. I don't know.
Oh, I don't
We'll
know.
have to think about it. Maybe that'll if we do another one this month.
I know.
Yeah.
I already
Yeah.
know. You said that. I already know.
I'll have to think about mine. I
What?
think I
Your
have some.
slut inspiration.
Yeah, I have some-
Slutspiration.
It's probably a mix.
Yeah. Yeah.
I already know.
All right, we'll
Oh,
save
yeah,
it.
Yeah, I'm going to.
All right.
Taking it up.
Slutspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us where you can find everyone.
Carrie Corrupted on Twitter and Instagram.
I'm SNSultry13 on Twitter, and then all my mini vids and OnlyFans is SNSultry, and then I have an Instagram, sweet in the letter sultry13.
Everyone check it out. And I am on Twitter, PoisonGinger691. Many vids and OnlyFans, I'm just Poison Ginger. I'm on FetLife too. I'm GingerLust69, I'm pretty sure. Also, last thing, I know you guys don't want to hear all kinds of crazy stuff, but if you are going to Mocha, splashmocha.com, if you haven't purchased your tickets at titties, if you haven't purchased your titties already, if you haven't purchased
will be
your
titties there.
tickets already, there's one in March this year in Atlanta. There are 2 in Fort Lauderdale, I think July and August. Then there's another in November. And they are doing one on New Year's now. That's actually going to be in Florida.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
What part? And also in Fort Lauderdale or a different
No,
location?
different location.
Cool.
I'm not sure if they've actually given that information out yet, so I'm
Yeah.
kind of scared to say it.
okay.
But you can go on the website, splashmocha.com.
Keep that between us.
If you do sign up for the party, support O Faces, please, and use our promo code. It's just O Faces, OFACEZ. And thank you guys. Oh, let's get the music going here. Talk it out, ladies.
Oh, yeah, use the O faces.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us.
We'll try and be slutty and have some good stories for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Something nasty and naughty.
We will. It'll be better
naughty.
next time. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.